Hey everybody, Kid and Barry from Revolution Motorbikes here. Got this incredible little motorized bike here for you. Obviously this is not a stock bike. I wanted to put this little video together for you guys so that you can know exactly what I did as far as the upgrades to this. So first I want to start out on the front end here, because there's a lot of little toys on this. First thing people usually notice is this bullet headlight. I've got it in black so that it matches the rest of the bike. You've got 3 LED lights on it. It's actually really bright when you're pulling up on somebody. The other thing I did is I changed out these handlebars. These are not stock handlebars. Those are brand new handlebars. I got them for a bike shop. They're for like a road bike. And I put just the one mirror on it because, I mean, realistically, that's all you really need. And let's be honest, it looks a lot cooler when you just have one mirror on a bike. And you really only need it on the left-hand side because typically when you're riding a motorized bike, you stay off to the right so that cars can go around you. Now, I also put a speedometer on here. Obviously, you want to be able to know just how fast you're going. Now this does have all kinds of different little options that you have too. This is a cat eye speedometer. It's actually really nice. And when this bike is all broken in, the engine is all good, because it usually takes about 2 full tanks of gas to really break the engine in well. Once this engine's broken in, this bike is going to do like 30 to 40 miles an hour easy. On flat ground is what I'm talking. This with this expansion chamber on there, I'll get to that in just a second. This bike is nice. The other thing I did is I wanted to make sure that obviously if you're going to be going fast on a bike, you need to be able to stop well too. So I upgraded the brake system on this. I actually disabled the coaster brake. I've actually had one of these where if the coaster brake actually failed on me, so I don't like using the coaster brakes on this, so I actually disabled it, and I upgraded your brake system so that you have these V brakes on it. So you've got a dual brake lever up here, and this brake lever actually controls both the front brake and your rear brake over here just with one pull of the lever. So you're going to maximize on your stopping power every time you use the brakes. Now if we come to the middle of the bike, obviously you've got this beautiful expansion chamber on here, an exhaust system. This comes off the bike and actually goes out the back end for a reason. I actually used this one for a reason, because if you use the expansion chambers that just come down and they the exhaust is hitting the ground, the oil and the gas and everything actually kind of mixes with the dirt, and it kicks up on your back rim, and it makes it really hard to keep the back end of your bike clean. So having it come out the back here is going to keep this back end looking a whole lot better for a lot longer for you. And also by having this extended exhaust, it actually does add to your horsepower a little bit. This exhaust pipe will give you about another 5 miles an hour to the bike, which is actually a pretty good amount for these bikes. Now if you want to come around the other side of the bike, I want to show you this carburetor here. So this carburetor is not your stock carburetor. Obviously this is a high performance carburetor with an auto locking choke. So all you do is you push the choke down and it stays in place until you give it a full throttle pull. Once you give it a full throttle pull, the choke automatically unlocks and you just go. This is so wonderful. I've used bikes that use that little thing that you have to push it to take the choke off, and those things mess up in no time. This is built this way. It comes from the manufacturer this way, so this is going to hold up a lot longer, and this also increases the performance of the engine as well. So if we come back here and we take a look at the chain, this is actually your heavy duty 415 chain. So this is designed specifically for motorized bikes. This is going to hold out a lot longer than the stock chains that you get with the bikes. And then back here on the sprocket, if you can see it without the lights blinding you here, this is the good one. This is the 40-tooth upgraded sprocket. This is the aluminum alloy sprocket that you just put on here with these 3 Allen bolts. And there's a couple of Allen bolts inside the spokes here that lock that down. This thing makes these bikes so much better because basically when you build these, the hardest thing to do is put the sprocket on here. So if you ever want to switch out this back rim and you've got just a stock sprocket on here, it's going to make your life miserable. But if you ever want to switch this out and change out your wheel package at any point, you can do it really easily with this because it just bolts off, and as long as you get something that's got the same dimensions, this will bolt right back onto whatever you're putting it on. The other thing is a lot of people notice these rim lights. So these are awesome. I put this on the bike so that you can be seen from the sides. So a lot of people focus on making sure you're visible from the front and from the back, but they neglect the sides, and people need to be able to see if they're coming on you this way too, especially in traffic. So this is just a really fun way of making it so that you guys can be visible from all angles. I actually have my motorcycle endorsement too, and they teach you when you're going through motorcycle training to make sure that you're visible at all times. So also over here, if you notice, I actually have 2 rear lights, the tail lights. So there's one on either side of the bike, and these have different settings. So you can make them dimmer, you can make them so they blink, you can make them so they blink slower, and then it turns it off, okay? And each of them do the same thing. These are rechargeable. These are designed to last for quite a while. These are completely waterproof as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The problem with making this video is I've literally done so many upgrades to this bike that I can't remember all of the things. So actually, one more thing I wanted to point out to you, if there's any way to get a video of it. So let me rotate this. I really didn't miss anything on this. So if you can get down there and get video of that, I even put the little skull stem caps on here for you. You can't have an awesome bike without awesome stem caps, you know. So this bike really does have the works. Anyway, if you have questions, you can go to the Craigslist ad in the link below in the description, and my contact information is on there. And go ahead and email me, call me, text me. If you have any questions about the bike, I'd be happy to answer any. Otherwise, have a good day, God bless, and we'll see you soon.